Thank you for tuning in and welcome back. Today I'm going to narrate a rather simple story. It sounds so simplistic, and yet we forget the basics sometimes, don't we? There was a milkmaid named Patty, and she would milk her cows. One day, her cows gave her an immense amount of milk, and she was thrilled. She filled the pails, put it on a stick, and set off to the market to sell them. As she walked along to the market, she began to dream what she would do with the money when she was able to sell the milk. She thought that she'd buy a hen, and those hens would help her lay eggs. And not only would she be wealthy, but she'd be able to do much more with the money that she would get. She began to continue to dream that she'd buy a cake, a beautiful dress, and even maybe a house. In her daydreaming, she forgot that she had those two pails of milk on either side of the stick set against her shoulder. She began to skip in her delight of all the wealth that she would assimilate with selling the eggs from the hens and selling her milk. As she skipped, she forgot that the pails of milk began to wobble and the milk began to spill. Suddenly, it occurred to her that there was no milk in those pails. What is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is that let's not count our chickens before they hatch. Let's focus on the process of success rather than on success itself. I'll elaborate it in two ways. I've seen so many people who started beautifully, but they've lost the focus of what they need to do to continue to stay successful. So they take untoward risks, they don't really manage their affairs, they have no foresight or vision. That's in the business realm. In the relationship realm, they're so excited about getting married and about being with their loved partner and their romantic affiliate that they forget that there's a process that is required for each of us to stay married and to stay, I would underscore, happily married. What are the processes that we need to know to be able to build our relationships is exactly where we somehow lose the wood for the trees. And it is this small little story which reminded me that maybe we need to forget about our relationships being happily ever after and we amassing so much wealth that we would be able to buy our desired cars, etc. And it's time for us to realize that we need to keep our noses down and keep doing every day the simple, the regular, the most required things so that we can continue to be successful in our businesses and we can continue to be successful in our relationships. Stay well, stay safe. If you like what you hear, please do share my video. Feel free to write to me at varkha@varkhachulani.com. I'd be happy to answer any of the questions that you may have. Till next week, it's goodbye.